Howdy, my name's Allaryin, and this box is getting way too small, and I'm too lazy to move things around to make room for another box, so let there be a slightly upgraded box. It is now an iron chest, so it has 6 rows instead of just 5, and we are going to stick all of these machinery pieces in there because this is my machine components box. What I want to do today is decommission this old farm. Looks like this engine is done, so we can safely pick that up. I should get my wrench for all of this wiring. That is a ton of wheat and seeds. That is a ton of seeds. I'm going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Oh, and are they going to bounce forever now? That's horrible. Alright, you. Come with me. Let them go in there so they can be happy. I don't want to know why there was sand in that. But apparently there was sand in there somehow. Anyway, we are going to see if there are any decommissioning recipes working for these machines, because when Sengir made the conversion, I thought he added some kind of recipe that would allow us to uncraft these items and make the new style multi-block farm bricks out of them. Let's see if maybe putting them in the carpenter will do it. Do you do something in the carpenter? You do not. You do something in the carpenter. You do not. What else? Let's see, does any eye show any uses for this? Use for a farm. Shows a forester, that ain't right. Use for a combine. Shows nothing, maybe both of them together. I'm gonna be really bummed if there isn't really a functional conversion recipe for these. I wonder if I wrap them in stone brick or something, because the multi-block farms are made out of bricks. So does that work? No. And that doesn't work either, of course. Because if we look at farm, these are all the different things that we can make. So if we look at here, like for instance, recipe for this, these aren't showing up. Okay, I am missing some NEI support for forestry. Give me one. Also, I've got weird texture offset with these strange things here. I'm not too concerned about that so much as I am about the complete lack of forestry recipes. So let me gonna hop out here and see if I can't turn on some forestry NEI support real fast like. Alright. Hey, shush, Shimafar. I believe I've figured it out. It was not an NEI thing. I am actually running all of the latest NEI everythings for forestry. But the recipe for this, and now if I look here, uses for farm. Nope, I still, oh, but that texture's fixed. But if I look now for recipe for farm, there is no recipe for a farm. That's because if I craft it with a single brick type, it will turn them into farm blocks. So yeah, we can you have to disable the recipes for crafting these in order to enable the recipes for turning these into these. So that's alright. So we are going to get a bunch more of these farm blocks by disassembling our peat farm. Wait, it's nighttime. Alright, so let's try this again. We're going to go ahead and pick up the peat bog and turbery. That thing is still burning. That is my current only source of energy right now. We're going to take all of you out. We will disassemble you later. Okay, so all of these farm blocks, and let's take the turbery and the nether brick and the... where did the peat bog go? Did I not pick it up? Butterfly picked it up. Peat bog and another brick, and that will give me those. So now I've got 120 of the new style of the new Forestry 2.0 multi-blocks bricks. So let's see where I need to send the wheat down to get it to the fermentery most optimally. Because I don't know where all of this goes. Okay, so this corner right here, I'm going to say this is the fermentery access. It isn't, but it's close enough. Actually, I can take and edit my what do they call the coordinate? I don't know. Yeah, they break me by rotating the Z coordinate. So if I jump up and down, I mean that's Y for some, yeah, that's Y for some reason instead of Z. And this is, so it's actually the X coordinate that I need to change here. So what we can do is we can go into the waypoint and we can edit this. You can just click here, double click. So the X coordinate is actually going to be further along the axis, so 29. The Y coordinate, I'm going to go ahead and make 72, or 76. And hit OK. And now it's right in the middle of that block. So yeah, but that will give me somewhere to aim for my axis. And where is it? It is right in the middle of this road. So, wow. Where on earth do we put our farm now? Obviously I don't want to deal with the magic hill over there. And the house is there. I think the let's go ahead and clean up the factorization stuff, since we're not using these right now. Let's go ahead and pick all of this mess up. Fast forwardy. Alright, we've got that taken care of. What we can do is we can put the farm probably right about here. We'll go ahead and kill this birch tree. And we will set the farm right around here. Alright, now dirt to fill in. Actually, you know, I don't really want to kill this infinite water source. I've got to talk to him about that. Goat bug. But we'll kill the infinite water source anyway. Okay. So we have a lot of these farm blocks. We have 120 of them. to make a newfangled forestry farm, they come in like, I want to say 3 by 3 by 4 is the smallest you can make one of these. So I could make 3 or 4 of these farms, but we also need to upgrade some of these blocks into, we need to make some valves and some hatches and some gearboxes, I think. If I look at the recipe for gearbox, is it not going to show it to me? It's not going to show it. I just don't have recipe support for the multi-block structures. Awesome. Let's go ahead and just kill all of this, because we're clearly not going to use any of that stuff down there. Can I, with this, cut this other tree down without ruining everything? I think that should give me plenty of room to work with. We will set up the new farm in this area. Maybe I'll fill this little, I don't know. We'll try to make it come up to, but not into this little stretch of road. Just kind of make it take up the space. But the new farms are a lot more customizable. You can make them do some really interesting things. You can make them mix and match what they work with. Obviously, this is the space that would be ideal for it. Man, there's just something hosed with my textures. That is a songbird, I believe. Wow. Well, my pants look normal today. That's a plus. I've either, I don't know, it's probably my Optifine is blowing up somehow. And that is an exploded turkey. Wonderful. Maybe it's a Mo Creatures bug? I doubt it, though. I'm more willing to blame Optifine than anything else on this. Yeah, look at all those just mutant animal textures. Okay. Well, yeah, and I, of course, picked those up, and I don't have anywhere to put them. So let's go ahead and dump these, some of these machine components into a box for that. Real quick, all of you, and 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 you. Can all go in there. I guess I could have put the red power stuff outside in the red power box, but that's alright for the moment. I don't have a forestry consumables box yet. Here, Ash and Pete can go in the fuel box for now. Alright, so with the multi-block farm, we're still going to need to run run the power out to it. But we've got all of this power here that was running out this direction that's not being used anymore, so I'm not horribly concerned about having enough of those. Okay, I'm going to put you out of your misery, because I don't know where your hitbox is. I found it somewhere. There we go. I'm sorry, but what I did for you. Okay. So let's just, for now, since I've never played with these at all, I'm figuring this out as I go along. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm going to look at the wiki. Alright. The farms, the most basic farm, goes out in 4 in each direction. And then along the diagonals. So as long as I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in each direction like this, I can put my farm, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. We should be able to just do this with it. We're going to go, let's get the flickering white. Okay, that's half of this. of course, hey, it's a multi-block farm. We are normal and damp, which means we're not going to need as much water as normal because of the humidity. But we're going to obviously feed water into this anyways. So sure enough, it formed itself into a farm, but we have no inputs or outputs, so we're going to need to build some of those. And I believe the way that works is by taking another sort of smooth brick and placing those along somewhere. I think we can place them anywhere except for along the top there. We can place it at either of these levels. So we're going to probably place them at this bottommost level for now. Hey, it's nighttime. Alright, slept through the night, and it is time to resume putting this farm together. It's also time to eat some food. What's that cat chase that bunny rabbit? I'm telling you, these vermin have got to go. It's to the point where I think I need to disable them in the configs. Alright, so we can build this out of anything. Anything that would be normally usable as a block material for the farm itself. So we're going to go ahead and whoops, not you, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a shovel. And we can, you know, only put them in some spots if we, for whatever reason, don't want it actually planting in those parts. Like I could... What on earth? Okay. So for instance, I'm going to initially go ahead and not plant anything on this side of the farm, just kind of to see it work. Oh, okay. The next thing we need to do, now that we've placed all of our... This is our base for the farmland. All of that is, all of that will plant. We now need to make a valve to feed water in, a gearbox to feed... Wow. That is just horrifying. Yeah, wow. We need a gearbox to feed power in, a valve to feed water in, and a hatch to pull items out of. Additionally, we will also need to configure this to not be a tree farm. Although I guess we could run it as a tree farm initially, just to see what happens, really. But, so, to make all of those, and since we've got these stone bricks here, actually, we transform these bricks into those bricks. So if I look at the uses for these, is it going to show me? No, why do I keep bothering trying NEI? I know it doesn't work. Okay, we need a bunch of tin gears. We need some redstone, some glass. Alright, it's not in the rolling machine. It's not in any of these machines. You produced a bunch of tin for me. So we've got some tin. We can make 10 gears out of that. I think that might be enough. Although I'm going to need... Hey, I have wood. Four gears. If we make these real quick, I'm pretty sure the 10 gears actually require stone. Yeah, they require stone first. I wasn't going to risk making a bunch of stone gears and then having to... Okay. Alright, so if I take... Wiki one more time here. Alright, it looks like I actually need one more tin gear that I made for this, because I only need right now one of each of these types. Let's see, do we have any? We don't have any spare hatches. Wait, we do have a hatch, okay. So we need a hatch for the hatch part, we need 2 glass for the glass part, we need another bit of tin. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put you pieces of metal back in the metal box. You can go in there. Other bricks could go back in there for now. And I don't want to stick those in here. Alright, so we need to make one more tin gear. And now what we can do is we can take and put 2 glass in one of the tin gears and make the valve, 3 of the tin gears to make the gearbox, and when I said 5 I meant 6, because I can do math. Alright, because we need to make the hatch uses 2 tin gears around a trap door to make the hatch. Okay, so now we have all 3 of those blocks, and we can replace any of the blocks except for the stripy black ones there with these blocks. So we're going to put all of those. Ideally, we're going to actually put them on the bottom, really, because that makes the most sense to me. So I guess what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark the farm, and I'm going to go ahead and shift my waypoint for that as well here by setting its X to 2 more to put that dead in the center of the farm block. And now let's go downstairs, and we're going to tunnel a little room underneath the farm to control access to it. Because what we need is we need to be able to run all of our hatch and things. So the farm is way over here. That's the farm. And we're over here for the fermentory, so I think we're actually going to go through here and go around that way. Except our power generation is our power is going to generate from over this direction. Meh. We're just going through this way. So for now we're going to go around. Alright. Digging montage. Hot dog. How's that for not messing up the first time? So let's go ahead and clear out a little bit of a room down here so we can access the farm from the bottom. I want to be able to see the whole outer ring for a full sense of scale. Okay, so this is going to be the farm access room for now. We're going to go ahead and plunk some light sources right there. And we are going to replace some of these blocks with item pipe and all of that stuff. I think it doesn't really matter which one I put where, because I'm going to have to shuffle things anyway. So let's go ahead and just take 3 down the middle here. Whoa, that was a lot more blocks than I expected to blow up. Alright, that is a super fast pick. And that is a rendering glitch and a half somehow. Oh my goodness, this is not how it's supposed to work, is it? Bleh. Okay, so we will put the gearbox on one end, the hatch on the other, or the hatch in the middle maybe. The hatch can go in the middle here. I don't know if that's the hatch or not. All of these blocks are filling themselves up. How do I don't even... What? I'm so confused. Let's run back upstairs. I mean, this is pretty clearly empty, but if I right-click it, it repopulates with these stone bricks. Am I not supposed to be able to... What am I supposed... Is it not a pick that moves this? Because a pick is just turning these into gray instead of... Ugh. I'm going to reboot the server real quick and see if that fixes it. Sure enough, bouncing undid all of that craziness. So we didn't lose any blocks per se. But I don't know how to undo this. I wonder if this super strong pick is just absolutely the wrong tool for the job. I wouldn't I mean, normally you pick forestry things up with just picks. So let's see if we have something a little lower tech here. Let's take the spare stone pick. Is there a turkey inside my machine? There's a turkey bouncing up and down inside my... Sheesh. Stop it. Okay, so maybe the stone pick will do the job. That did it. Okay, it was just the efficiency 4 or a Chalcom pick. Totally confused everything. So, yeah, let's run back downstairs and reconfigure this all. Alright, I knocked out the bottom 3 here. Let's go ahead and stick the gearbox. Okay, so the hatch can go there, the gearbox can go there, and the valve can go there. See, it's still not a multi-block. So we need to go ahead and replace that one piece that I foolishly left unplaced upstairs. This is getting old. But once it's set up, it's set up. So that'll be fun. You. Replace yourself. There. Not you. You undo. There we go. And turned into a farm. And now we have a farm that we can actually pipe water and power into. Let's get power from over here real quick. Okay, that's all done. Let's actually take the real pick for this tearing that machine down. I need my wrench. My poor doggy got into some serious fights the other day, so he's on vacation, convalescing in the house. Man, those are just disturbing. Where was I? Oh yeah, undoing all of this piping. So we will undo pipe, undo pipe, undo pipe, undo pipe. And of course now we're in a hole. And we will undo all along this conduit here that we ran. Oh, of course. There we go, got it. That's most of the power from over here. Oh look, these were expecting to take power from that, right, because this was going to be the bee processing tent. That's okay, because we're going to be running power from over here now, so running power from over there to over here isn't that large of a deal. We're just going to leave the rest of that pipe where it was. So let's see here. We have, how much? 26 conduit from that. That's not bad at all. With 26 conduit, I can run... well, I can run a lot of power. We also need to be able to run liquid. And for now... how do we want to handle the liquid? I don't really want to make yet another of these. Actually, I guess I moved that machine. It's downstairs now in the fermentory, isn't it? Which means I can get rid of all of this. But yeah, let's go ahead and, if nothing else, take these liquiducts out, and we can use them. Yeah, that was the moistener's liquiduct, right? Well, the moistener isn't getting any use right now, so we'll just have the weird... because I don't have the spare trapdoor on me. That's okay. Just put that there for now. And all of you can go... well, there's another. Can you not reach that? I think I got all of you. Okay, I did. So that'll put those out of the way. We've got 9 liquiduct and a bunch of energy conduit. That'll give us... wait, do we have any more liquiduct in here? I probably do not. Awesome, steam engine's missing a texture. Yeah, I think this version of Optifine is fired. I want to get this farm running. That's my goal. But we need power. Well, right now we're just going to run some peat engines. We're just going to run a peat fire in here to get it going initially. Okay, that's the... oh man, which one's which? This is the item output, I know that. The... okay, the power, the gray one is there, the blue one is the power. So we will run power over to there, and we will run liquid over to here. So that'll be good. Power, let's go ahead and do not you. That doesn't make any sense. We want you for power like that for now. And what we're just going to do in this case is I'm just going to stick a peat-fired engine right here with a hopper on top and just have it running juice into that machine. So lever, let's turn both of those sticks into levers because having 2 sticks in my inventory offends me for some reason. Alright, so we will have you run to feed the machine electricity. What else do we need? We need water, which we can produce by I almost want to turn off Mo creatures because of that right now. Or maybe just turn off taming animals. The worst that could happen is that it would... okay, so it wants power. It's also dry, but it wants power. So let's give it power, and let's give it a bunch of liquid. Let's go ahead, actually, you know what, we have... Let's go ahead and just make an infinite water source down here right now. We'll worry about the... because, I mean, we've got liquid from over there we can run, but it'll take a little bit to run it that distance. So for now, we will... Whoa, that is not what I wanted to do. Alright. Got that there. Soil goes left, seeds go right. Seeds on the right. Soil on the left. Dirt? I'm assuming dirt. Okay, so dirt and birch saplings. Because this is set to be a tree form right now. We then also need... we just need the power. And I left the peat upstairs. So let's go get a stack of peat and turn this sucker on. After sleeping, because the crickets are loud. Okay, I've got my 18.5 stacks of peat from the previous peat farm. So we will take those downstairs. Toss that in the machine and see if we can't get this working. Whoops, not in there, because you are the engine. And you're going to start producing energy. Yes, you're producing energy. Are you? Supply water. I'm giving you water. No fertilizer. Fertilizer. Right. Oh, goody. This is the fertilizer I want. What's the recipe for that? That is either, well, apatite and ash. So let's go get some apatite. And so this is obviously wasting electricity right now, but there's not a lot I can do about that. Let's hurry then and go find where my apatite went to. We are looking for apatite. We don't see any here. It's probably in the ore box upstairs. I don't think I collected very much of it. We're just going to check all of these boxes because it's only a couple seconds. We have 5 apatite ore that got silk touched. Lovely. So if I look at here, uses for you. Uses for you. I can't pulverize that, which means I think I just break it with a non-silk touch pick. There we go. And in our miner bag, how many apatite did we get? 15. Awesome. We got a bunch of ash out of that already. So if we look at, yeah, we've got a bunch of ash from our previous peat firings. So if we take... No, I didn't. Man, that is an obnoxious animal. If I take that there... we will easily get stacks of this stuff. I remember people were complaining when Forestry 2.0 first came out that all of a sudden they had to use Appetite because previously it was really pointless. So they're like, man, we got to use this stuff now. So Singer did the math and realized that a single stack of a single Appetite vein was enough to run. Hey, it's doing something. It planted trees. A single vein of Appetite was enough. Just using sand, I believe, was enough to run a fire for 10 years of real lifetime. And so he nerfed it. And then they complained again, so he nerfed it again. But yeah, so now we have, oh my, look, it's a tree farm with soil and a lot of saplings needing placement. So let's get just a whole mess of saplings then. Birch and oak. And I don't know if I have support for any of these other trees. I'll go ahead and try some of these rubber trees and acacia, because why not? I don't know if I have enough dirt for this. That's pretty cool looking. Let's go see how that works in reality. Let's finish the rest of this off here. Arrgh. Obviously some changes are going to happen to the logistics of this around here, and I will do that off camera. But for now, oak and birch and acacia and rubber can go like that. Needing water. It's not using a ton of water. So it is actually possible to hand feed one of these if you're not in the desert. It's also not using a ton of energy. I'm betting the reason for the high speed earlier was because of that energy buffer. Let's go ahead and try to get it to plant some of these acacia first. And then let's see if it'll plant these rubber trees. Let's see if it'll plant that. Kind of annoyed that when I shift click it doesn't actually put it where I'm expecting it to go. Yeah, if it's not planting these acacia trees, I'm a little bit bummed here, just because I've looked at the extra biomes code. I've actually recently released a patch to help improve performance in extra biomes. But yeah, a little bit disappointed if it's not, because anyways, I've seen the code and I know it's supposed to be able to, it's supposed to be registering itself with Forestry, but it doesn't look like it is. Let's see if that tree will do it. That tree doesn't look promising. That tree doesn't look promising. Fine, we'll put the rest of you guys in there. And we'll see if you guys will do your thing. Yeah, sure enough, neither of those trees are registering correctly. So we'll see. I'm not actually terribly surprised that the MFR trees don't work with the Forestry. That's a minor concern. Let's take a look upstairs and see if this works. But the nice thing about these multi-block farms, other than they're just more interesting to work with, is that they're programmable. You can tell them all kinds of interesting behaviors to to adopt. That's pretty cool. That's all getting planted down there. It's placing the dirt, it's turning it into the... so you don't have to make your own soil anymore. It's consuming dirt to make the humus for you. I'm assuming it's going to turn it into sand maybe against... Oh, yep, sure enough, turned it into sand. Alright. So we are going to need to put an output container down there very quickly for now. So we're just going to leave this running in wood farm mode for now. Let's see, do we have some regular old... No! Do we have some regular old transport pipes? Regular cobble pipe. I've got a ton of these electron tubes that I may need later for reprogramming the farm. Man, these textures are hosed. Let's get a box. And... call it a day. Once that tree gets cut down and... well, it looks like it's already... yeah, it's already breaking it. Sweet. That's pretty cool. So once that tree winds up back downstairs... here, let's get a... do we have any spare chests from here? We do not. We do, however, have rubber wood in the decoration box. Let's go ahead and make just a big old wooden chest for now. Set this up over here. I guess with, you know, with a high performance wood farm, excess saplings could be used in the fermentation process instead of yeah, we could use excess saplings instead of... there we go. And now those are going to come down. Awesome. So yeah. Oh, and these are now... those have been trealized. So these are actually... so it does look like the new saplings do go directly into the farm. So that's good, sure enough. So I'm thinking excess saplings will hopefully get output. If we do wind up collecting excess saplings, then I think those will become the product of fermentation instead of wheat, because one sapling is worth like... oh, it's like one sapling is worth 8 wheat in the fermenter, something like that. And it's not like I'm short on food. And I can always just swap out what's in that input box to go into here. So that'll be nice. I'm thinking maybe... yeah, alright, I'm going to go ahead and do the power run and the liquid run before next time. And hopefully have this fully automated so we can see it going. But it is... this is an automagical tree farm. It looks like so far it is actually self-sustaining with respect to saplings at this point. So that'll be awfully fun. Yep. And look, we have wood collecting. And some sand. We will need to supply it with dirt. So that's something I can take care of very quickly as well. And we will need to eventually supply it with water. Yeah, I'm confused by these numbers right now. Though it hasn't rained. I think when it rains, the rain fills up the buffer or whatever. But it requires more water the longer it's been since it's rained. Something like that. But we can also do something like... these here are the different sides of the farm. And we can take different parts of the farm and dog is down there. We can take different parts of the farm and make the different sides. We can make the different sides do different. Hello, you. Ender, dude. Man, they're just all over in here. But we can make the different sides do different crops. So, for instance, I don't know why this isn't... I guess I'm just not feeding enough power for it to get around to it, because it's like, oh, trees are growing. And so it decides to cut down the tree. But if we put... you know, we could say this side of this direction of the farm is allowed to grow trees. And then reprogram these two directions for wheat. Then we put wheat in there, and it'll grow those. So you can have the farm doing multiple products for a single, you know, bit of machinery, and then it's just up to your however you want to do your sorting. That great tree might have to die, but until then, let's go ahead and put some lights over here. Just to... Is that cat trying to kill a bee and losing? Looks like my dog came out to deal with cats. That makes sense and is commendable of him. Alright. Well, that actually went a lot smoother than I expected it to. My name is Allaryin. That's a creeper on the edge of my property. And this has been My Life Without Industrial Craft. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.